Welcome back. So we all know many people have spent a lot of time using streaming services like Netflix to binge watch shows, especially during these times of quarantine. But how exactly does their recommendation system work? Tech consultant and host of the podcast Think About This, Shelly Palmer, is joining us now to explain. Good to see you as always, Shelly. So tell us about this. It all kind of has to do with algorithms, right?
It does. Look, everything is scored. You have an 84% chance that you're 73% likely to want to watch this movie. Everything is about being scored. And we've got a real up close and personal view of what that means on Netflix just this past week or so. They have a new top 10 list and, top 10 movies, top 10 series. And usually those lists are populated with new releases or Netflix originals because that's what people tend to watch. But Gaspar Noé's Love, which is a not safe for work movie, showed up at number 5 and made the top 10 list, and actually it's still there. And people were wondering, wait a minute, how does a not safe for work, and I mean seriously not safe for work movie, end up in the top 10 list? It just doesn't happen. So what actually occurred was that there was a TikTok challenge, and you were supposed to video yourself watching the first couple of minutes of this movie, which has a very steamy kind of uncensored scene in it, and put it on TikTok. Well, it turns out the Netflix algorithm counts a view as 2 minutes. If you watch for 2 minutes, Netflix's algorithm believes that you've watched the whole movie and counts it that way. So with this many TikTokers watching for 2 minutes to get the first couple minutes on video to put on TikTok, it pushed the movie into the top 10. So a lot of people saw this as a top 10 movie because other people that they were connected with in the algorithm, unbeknownst to them, were watching the same kind of movies. And that's how Netflix's algorithm works. It's called the birds of a feather algorithm. If you watch the same kind of movies as other people, they assume you're going to like these movies. It's just birds of a feather flock together. So here you had this movie being pushed by TikTok because they gamed the algorithm. Algorithms aren't perfect, but generally it's what you watch and what your friends watch. And in this case, it's what a bunch of TikTok kids decided you should watch by just watching the first 2 minutes of the movie.
It's almost like these TikTok kids are ruling the world. That movie, by the way, from 2015, so it's definitely not new, as you mentioned. But
no, it's not even close to new, and it's pretty steamy. But yeah, TikTok, the power of social media, right? Two things. One, they game the algorithm because they realized that you only need to watch for 2 minutes in order for the algorithm to think it's a full view. You wouldn't think that as a person, but they figured that out. Algorithms aren't perfect. And I think it's the important lesson here for everybody is that if you've built an algorithm that you think is ironclad and brilliant and you think there's no bias in the computer system, this is a kind of bias. It's biased towards short views, and because Netflix didn't think it needed to cover that. I promise you they're going to fix it because they don't want movies like this in the top 10 that really aren't, not that are not safe for work, but that aren't really viewed. They really want to have a great recommendation engine, but this takes tuning, and these are machines, folks, that people program to do stuff. They don't always get it right.
Shelly Palmer, always good to see you. Thanks so much.